Have you ever felt like you're drifting through life without a close circle of friends, even though everyone around you seems to be surrounded by connections? What does it say about you when friendships are few and far between? One Stoic philosopher compared true friendship to a rare and precious diamond, hard to find, easy to misjudge, and often surrounded by imitations. It's easy to mistake casual acquaintances for real connections, especially after experiencing a few disappointments. Over time, we might begin to believe that all friendships are just illusions, false promises that never live up to their true potential. But here's the thing. Real friends are treasures. They are the gems in a sea of relationships. They're rare, valuable, and hard to find. But when you find one, they're worth holding on to. So what does it mean when you're navigating a world filled with social media connections and acquaintances, but still find yourself often alone? Does a lack of friends reflect something about you? Or is it just a symptom of our complex modern world? Today we're diving into the deeper side of this question, exploring the root causes of friendship struggles, why some people have difficulty forging genuine bonds, and how to apply Stoic principles to build meaningful connections. Not having a lot of friends doesn't define your worth. Sometimes it's all about finding that one true friend, someone who brings real value to your life. Stay with us as we unravel this topic and uncover practical Stoic steps to help you build authentic, lasting friendships. Number 1. Shyness or introversion. As social creatures, we're wired for connection, yet for many, navigating the maze of social interactions can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Shyness or introversion is often seen as an obstacle in forging meaningful friendships. But what if we could flip that perspective? Instead of viewing these traits as barriers, we can begin to see them as unique vantage points that allow us to experience the world differently. In the heart of Stoic wisdom lies the art of turning perceived weaknesses into strengths. The Stoics weren't strangers to feeling out of place or challenged in their social lives, but rather than retreating, they leaned into their nature, accepting it with grace. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, reminded us, "Accept the things to which fate binds you." Embracing introversion isn't about resignation. It's about acknowledging that our journey is simply different, not lesser. When you begin to accept yourself, you break free from the grip of what-ifs and shoulds. You stop measuring your worth against societal norms or trying to fit into extroverted molds. This kind of self-acceptance is transformative. It's your shield, making you unshakable in a world that often prizes extroversion. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or self-conscious at gatherings, you shift your focus to what is within your control, your actions and your words. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control others' reactions or the external world, we can control how we respond to it. In those moments when shyness tugs at your confidence, remember, your introversion is not a flaw. It is a quiet power, one that, when nurtured, allows for deeper, more meaningful connections. You are already whole, and it is in this space of self-acceptance that true friendships can begin to take shape. Number 2. Trust issues. When navigating the maze of friendships, trust issues often loom large, making it feel as if you're walking on a tightrope, balancing your own values with the unpredictability of others. Trust is not something that can be freely given. It's something that is earned, piece by piece. It's built over time through shared experiences, vulnerability, and mutual respect. But before we can fully trust others, we must first trust ourselves. Start by understanding your own emotional landscape. What makes you tick, what scares you, and what drives your behavior. Self-awareness is the compass you need to guide you through the wilderness of relationships. The Stoics believe that true wisdom comes from knowing oneself. Just as a tree stands firm because it knows its roots, you too must know yours, your values, boundaries, and the principles that define who you are. This self-knowledge is critical in your relationships. It helps you discern when to open the door to someone and when to keep it shut. Trust isn't about leaving yourself vulnerable to everyone. It's about making deliberate choices based on who aligns with your values. By focusing on building trust with yourself first, you naturally create a foundation from which trust in others can grow. The Stoic approach also encourages us to view friendships and relationships not as a game to win or a checklist of achievements, but as a garden to nurture. Instead of focusing on immediate results or the validation of others, shift your focus to the authenticity of your interactions. Speak to express, not to impress. This shift in perspective lightens the load of relationships, transforming conversations from battlegrounds into playgrounds for genuine connection. Remember, every person you meet is an opportunity to learn, grow, and reflect. not just another friend to add to your list. Trust isn't something you give blindly, but something that develops over time, built on the authenticity of your interactions and the integrity of your actions. By letting go of the fear of judgment and embracing who you truly are, you create space for deep and meaningful connections that are grounded in mutual trust and understanding. Number 3. Lack of social opportunities. In the fast-paced world of modern life, one of the quieter truths we often overlook is that the lack of friends isn't always due to a scarcity of people, but rather a lack of engagement with the world around us. Social opportunities might be abundant, but if we're not actively stepping into them, we might feel isolated despite being surrounded by others. Consider how technology, while making it easier to communicate, can also distance us from real, meaningful connections. Our phones may buzz with notifications, but our hearts often crave more than just digital interactions. They long for authentic, face-to-face relationships. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of the present moment, encouraging us to step outside the noise and engage with the world around us in a deeper way. One powerful way to create new social opportunities is through volunteering. It's not just about lending a helping hand, but about immersing yourself in a community and meeting like-minded individuals. Volunteering allows you to connect with others over shared values and purpose, creating a natural space for relationships to blossom. By offering your time and skills, you open yourself up to new experiences and, more importantly, new people. Another aspect to consider is the Stoic practice of deliberate action. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or ideal setting to make a new friend, take small steps toward engaging with others. Attend social events, strike up conversations, or join a club that interests you. It's about actively choosing to put yourself in situations where connections can happen. Remember, the lack of social opportunities is not a permanent state. It's something that can be changed with intention and effort. Stoicism teaches that we control our responses, and that includes how we engage with the world around us. By being proactive in seeking out new opportunities and embracing the unknown, you create a space where meaningful friendships can grow. The world is full of potential connections, but it's up to you to take the first step in opening the door to them. Number 4. Lack of social skills. Friendships don't form themselves. They require effort, patience, and often a certain set of social skills. In today's fast-paced world, the art of connecting with others can sometimes seem like a lost skill. Yet the ability to communicate and engage meaningfully is one of the most important tools in forming authentic relationships. A lack of social skills isn't a permanent obstacle. It's something that can be developed. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what's within our control, and building social skills is no exception. Just like any other skill, developing social competence takes practice. Start by embracing opportunities to engage with others, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. One way to improve your social skills is by seeking out environments that encourage natural, low-pressure conversations. Shared activities can be a powerful bridge to new friendships. Whether you're planting trees, volunteering at a local library, or helping organize an event, these actions naturally bring people together with common interests. It's not just about what you're doing, but about sharing that experience with others, allowing connections to flourish. These shared tasks act as threads that weave you into the social fabric, creating opportunities for meaningful relationships to grow. Moreover, connecting with others who care about the same things you do can be a game changer. Imagine stepping into a workshop or seminar where everyone speaks the same language of your profession or personal passion. These spaces offer fertile ground for friendships to blossom, as conversations come naturally when you're surrounded by like-minded individuals. Whether you're discussing industry trends or hobby-related nuances, the ease of these interactions forms the foundation for deeper connections. Don't overlook the power of the outdoors as your social canvas. Activities like hiking, biking, or group yoga provide a unique environment for connection. These experiences offer something special. They strip away the formalities of typical social settings, allowing you to engage authentically. In nature, conversations often flow effortlessly, helping you bond over shared experiences and creating opportunities for lasting relationships. The key is to embrace simplicity and sincerity. Rather than seeking out a vast network of friends, focus on cherishing the connections that truly enrich your life. These genuine relationships, born from shared experiences and understanding, will add color and depth to your journey. By approaching friendships with a mindset rooted in gratitude and presence, you'll naturally attract and nurture meaningful connections. Lastly, Remember that social skills aren't just about talking. Listening is just as important. Stoicism teaches us that understanding and learning from each interaction is just as valuable as being understood. By developing a balanced approach to communication, you'll find that social opportunities become easier to navigate, and friendships can form with greater authenticity. Number 5. Changing circumstances. In the ever-shifting landscape of life, changing circumstances can often present significant barriers to forming meaningful friendships. Just as Marcus Aurelius subtly urged us to love those whom fate brings into our lives, it's a nudge towards embracing social opportunities, however small. Life's unpredictability may make it difficult to maintain old friendships or forge new ones, but Stoicism teaches us to view change not as an obstacle but as a chance for growth. Begin with manageable steps to engage with the world around you. Strike up a conversation in a coffee shop, join a local club, or get involved in online communities that share your interests. These small, seemingly insignificant interactions are the building blocks of confidence in social settings. Just as a plant needs water and sunlight to grow, your social skills require consistent nurturing and patience to flourish. An essential element in developing these skills is listening with intent and empathy. In a world where everyone seems eager to be heard, being the one who listens deeply sets you apart. When engaging with others, ask questions not just to respond but to understand. Dive into their stories with genuine curiosity, without the intention of impressing them with your own. By doing so, you create a space where others feel valued and heard, which naturally deepens your connections. It's also important to embrace the ups and downs of social interactions with a stoic calm. Not every attempt at conversation will result in a lifelong friendship, and that's okay. Each interaction, whether it leads to a meaningful connection or fizzles out, is still a step forward in your social journey. The key is to approach every interaction with patience and without attachment to a specific outcome. With each experience, you learn something new about others and about yourself, and that wisdom paves the way for future opportunities. So even when life circumstances change and the path to building relationships seems unclear, remember that it's not about the destination. It's about embracing the journey with an open heart and an adaptable mindset. In time, the right friendships will come into your life, as long as you continue to take the necessary steps with intention and a sense of purpose. Number 6. Shifting priorities or growth. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a natural part of human interaction. With each experience, you're not only building your social skills, but also learning to navigate the complex tapestry of human relationships with grace and resilience. Your worth is not tied to the number of friends you have, but to the quality of the connections you nurture. The shifting priorities we face as we grow often impact our friendships, leading us to prioritize other aspects of life and neglect the bonds we once cherished. Much like the tale of the boy and the apple tree, our priorities evolve as we age. As children, friendships are like playful times with the tree, pure, unburdened, and effortlessly nurtured. But as we grow older, our focus shifts to what we perceive as essentials: money, status, a career, and a home. In this pursuit of external achievements, we may unintentionally overlook the friendships that once provided us with comfort, understanding, and support. This shift in priorities is not unusual. It's a part of growing up and evolving, but often, in chasing what we think we need, we overlook the priceless treasures already in our lives. Just like the boy who only returned to the tree when he needed something, we sometimes forget the friends who quietly support us, even when they aren't asking for anything in return. The result of this focus on achievement is often a void, filled with accomplishments but lacking in true, heartfelt connections. To rebuild or nurture friendships, we must make a conscious effort, much like tending to a garden. It's not about grand gestures. It's the consistent small acts of kindness that show our friends we care. Start by reaching out, initiating conversations, and being there for your friends, not only in happy moments but also in times of need. Remember, friendships, like trees, grow deep roots over time, not overnight. The boy in the tree story reminds us that friendship is a two-way street, needing care and attention from both sides. Don't be the boy who only remembers the tree when in need. Be the one who cherishes and nurtures these relationships regularly, cultivating bonds that grow stronger with time. So as you continue your journey of personal growth, take time to reflect on the importance of the relationships in your life. Understand that just as your priorities shift, so must your efforts to maintain and strengthen the friendships that truly matter. Number 7. Mental well-being. In the ever-changing landscape of our lives, where we juggle careers, education, and personal growth. The shifting of priorities often acts as a silent architect in the construction or decline of friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy as relevant today as it was in ancient times, teaches us to embrace life's dynamic nature. Imagine your life as a river, constantly flowing and changing course. As you navigate the rapids of career advancement or the serene waters of family life, your time for social interactions will naturally ebb and flow. This isn't a failure on your part. It's simply the reality of a life lived fully. Stoicism offers practical guidance for these times of transition. When your days are packed with meetings, deadlines, or family responsibilities, it's tempting to try to maintain a wide circle of friends. Yet, Stoicism advises focusing on quality over quantity. It's better to have a few deep, meaningful connections than numerous superficial ones. This approach isn't about cutting people out, but about directing your energy toward relationships that truly matter. By doing so, you honor not only your time, but also the time of others, fostering connections that are genuine and fulfilling. Adapting to life's changing priorities with Stoicism doesn't mean resigning yourself to a life with fewer friends. Instead, it's about understanding and accepting the natural flow of relationships. Some friends may drift away, while others may stay or even come into your life precisely because of your new priorities. Embrace this journey with wisdom and courage. Remember, each person you meet, whether they stay for a season or a lifetime, adds unique value to your life's tapestry. Be present in your interactions and understand that the changes you experience are part of a larger process of growth. Keep your mental well-being at the forefront as you navigate the complexities of relationships. In the end, Stoic wisdom teaches us that the connections we build are reflections of our ability to grow with the flow of life, making every relationship meaningful in its own way. Number 8. Lifestyle choices. In the intricate dance of relationships, lifestyle choices play a significant role in the friendships we build. Stoicism teaches us that our habits and mental practices can shape not only our inner world, but also how we connect with others. When we consciously cultivate healthy, mindful habits, they allow us to engage in relationships more authentically and with intention. Our mental well-being, often sidelined in the hustle of modern life, is a silent cornerstone in the architecture of friendships. Stoicism, a philosophy not just of ancient marble but of modern-day resilience, sheds light on this. It's not about maintaining a stiff upper lip, but about understanding our mental landscape. When our inner world is clouded by anxiety or shadowed by depression, it's like trying to navigate a social maze in the dark. The Stoics teach us to light a torch, not to dispel the darkness completely, but to see a path through it. As George Carlin pointed out, beneath the surface of a cynical outlook lies a disappointed idealist. This isn't about wearing rose-colored glasses, but recognizing that our mental battles can inadvertently build walls, not bridges, between us and potential friends. So, how do we bring Stoic principles into action? Let's get practical. First, mindfulness. No, it's not just a fancy word for daydreaming. It's about being present. In a world where our attention is the hottest commodity, being fully present in a conversation is like giving a rare gift. It shows that you care, and that's friendship currency. Additionally, meditation isn't just for monks. It's for anyone juggling life's demands. Taking just 10 minutes a day to pause and center yourself can provide immense benefits, signaling to others that you value clarity and calm. Tranquility as a goal might sound like a luxury in our 24/7 world, but it's the bedrock for stable friendships. Tranquility isn't about escaping to a beach. More often than not, it's about finding peace amidst chaos. It's about having an anchor so that when life storms hit, and they will, you're not swept away. Friends aren't just for sunny days. They are shelters in storms. By striving for inner calm, you become someone others want to turn to. Stoicism teaches us that this inner tranquility is attainable through self-reflection and consistency. It's about recognizing our emotions, responding thoughtfully, and cultivating peace in our daily interactions. When we choose to live in alignment with these Stoic practices, we create an environment that nurtures authentic connections, relationships that are built on stability, understanding, and mutual respect. So let your lifestyle choices reflect your inner calm, and watch how they attract the friendships you've been seeking. Number 9. Differences in interests. Diverse interests can be like different musical notes, each unique but part of a larger melody. When interests clash, it's not just a missed note, it's a potential symphony of connections left unplayed. Suppose you love rock music, but your colleague loves classical music. There's a gap, sure, but it's also a bridge waiting to be crossed. Stoicism nudges us to embrace these differences not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to broader horizons. It whispers, "Find the harmony in discord." When we focus solely on our own interests, we risk crafting a bubble that limits both our worldview and our circle of friends. By opening our arms to the diversity of passions around us, we're not just learning about new hobbies. We're unlocking doors to new relationships and perspectives. Stoicism encourages curiosity, reminding us that every person we meet holds a universe of experiences, ideas, and passions. Suppose you're a die-hard gamer and your neighbor is into gardening. Instead of nodding and walking away, ask about their favorite plant. Show interest in their world. It's not about pretending to love gardening. It's about appreciating their passion and, in turn, allowing them to see and appreciate yours. This mutual curiosity is a powerful glue, bonding people with different interests. It's about understanding that beneath these hobbies and passions, we share common threads of excitement, dedication, and joy. Stoicism serves as a compass, guiding us to seek common ground in shared values and human emotions, rather than just common interests. Imagine a world where friendships are not just based on liking the same things, but on understanding and valuing each other's differences. It's a world where a sports enthusiast and a bookworm can find common ground in their perseverance and love for learning. In this dance of friendship, Stoicism teaches us to lead with an open heart and an open mind, creating connections that are not just about what we do, but about who we are and what we can become together. Remember, the richness of our friendships is not measured by how similar we are, but by how we embrace and grow from our differences. Stoicism isn't about hiding your feelings. It's about understanding and directing them. It's about being open to seeking the friendships that resonate with your heart. Number 10. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection often stands as a silent wall, keeping us from forming meaningful connections. This fear is rooted in our innate desire to be accepted, to belong, and to be valued. The fear of rejection, however, can paralyze us and prevent us from even trying to reach out to others. It's like being trapped in a maze, where every potential path forward feels like a risk, one that could lead to failure or humiliation. Stoicism offers a profound approach to this challenge, teaching us to embrace rejection as a natural part of life, rather than a personal failure. Marcus Aurelius in his writings reminds us that what others think of us is beyond our control, and it is more important to focus on how we respond to their judgment. The key is to separate our self-worth from the opinions of others. Rejection doesn't diminish who you are as a person. It is simply a reflection of someone else's perspective at a given moment in time. When you shift your focus from seeking external validation to cultivating inner confidence, the fear of rejection loses its power. Understanding that rejection is an inevitable part of the human experience, whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, can make it less daunting. It's not about being immune to pain, but about learning to navigate it with resilience. Think of rejection as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Each rejection teaches you something valuable: what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust your approach. It helps you refine your ability to connect with others by highlighting areas for growth. Rejection is not a reflection of your value. It's a message that a particular connection may not be meant for you. Stoicism also teaches us to approach social interactions with a sense of detachment. If someone rejects you, it's not a reflection of your entire being. Instead, it's an opportunity to practice grace, patience, and resilience. By embracing the idea that rejection isn't personal, you allow yourself to continue seeking authentic connections without being weighed down by the fear of failure. Furthermore, it's important to remember that rejection can be a form of redirection. What feels like a setback may be guiding you toward the right people, those who resonate with your values, interests, and energy. By remaining true to yourself and focusing on what you can control, your actions, your attitude, and your approach, you can build the courage to reach out, connect, and eventually find those meaningful relationships that align with who you truly are. In this way, Stoicism empowers you to transform the fear of rejection into an opportunity for growth, resilience, and ultimately deeper connections. It encourages you to act, regardless of the outcome, knowing that each experience brings you closer to the friendships that will enrich your life. As we wrap up this exploration of Stoic wisdom and friendship, it's clear that building meaningful connections is far from simple. The obstacles we face, from fear of rejection to differing interests, are all part of the journey, and each step brings us closer to understanding ourselves and others on a deeper level. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that true friendship is not defined by quantity, but by quality. The depth of the connection, the mutual respect, and the shared growth. While the modern world may seem overflowing with opportunities for connection, the most fulfilling friendships often come when we embrace our true selves, remain patient, and face rejection or discomfort with courage and resilience. Each challenge, whether it's overcoming social fears, trusting others, or navigating changing circumstances, is an invitation to practice the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. The Stoic pillars that guide us toward not just better friendships, but a better life. So as you move forward, remember, it's not about collecting as many friends as possible. It's about cultivating relationships that align with your values, that inspire growth, and that offer genuine companionship. Embrace the journey, learn from each encounter, and remember that the Stoic path isn't just about understanding the world around us, but also how we connect with others in meaningful, authentic ways. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoic principles and friendship. May you find the courage to forge connections that truly resonate with who you are and who you are becoming.